Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm on again as a confidence booster, trying to get my presentation skills up to date. And I have some subscriber mode only on. You only have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes to comment or chat in the live. And we're doing that to try to prevent troll takeovers that are going on in all these YouTube channels, and we welcome anyone who wants a reading. If you've had a reading before, you sort of know how it goes, but I'll sort of recap how I do my readings. I do a 3-card mini read on the subject that you give me, and we just go from there. So it takes a while for people to find things, notifications to be pushed out. And, I know that there's other creators that I subscribe to and follow on right now. And I let them be on for an hour or two before I came on. I didn't want to hijack their viewership, and if you want to go finish their stream, that's totally fine. I'll be on here for at least an hour. I've made that commitment to myself and to you. Just remember to be respectful of everyone in chat. Hello, Mosaic. How are you doing tonight? Glad that you could join us. And Sir Cole, and how is he doing? See, keeping company. I know we have some unhappy cats around here. It's just been so miserably hot that if we kick them out overnight, they really protest near the windows. They understand their physical placement in this world. It's great to have a snuggle buddy. Yeah, it's definitely that unconditional love between a pet and its owner. And I know Circle loves you. So if anyone would like a reading, just type me, and then you can follow it by a question. Sort of anything goes, no holds barred. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional in anything that needs a license or certification. We just provide this as a service and entertainment, and I try to educate people on tarot cards along the way. So if that's what you like, you found the right place for tonight. If you don't align with the values of woo-woo and esoteric knowledge, you are free to watch anything else. But, if you're curious, stick around, and ask questions. Got the rock and roll going tonight. Hope it's not too loud for you. Hi, Leah. Yeah, it's an experiment that I did for the Three of Pentacles card on an AI art channel. So I've been looking into different things and trying to get some different interesting things going for my channel. If you've ever seen the farm pictures, that's in the style of an artist known as Grant Wood, who did American Gothic. He had an art colony in Iowa, about 25 miles away from where I grew up. It's gone great. I'm doing this, Leah, to get my confidence up. I've always had the crutch of somebody else being on my stream, and uh, I I feel that my skills could be improved, and so that's what I'm doing to try to improve that. Oh, I'm glad that you know him, Leah. Yeah, he was big in the 20s and 30s and 40s. Yeah, he sort of had a stylistic landscape art, lollipop trees and very uniform receding crop rows. And if you look at the picture, the crops went this way and then they diverged into all sorts of different lines. Very interesting. Hello, Rossi. Glad that you're here tonight. I'm just telling everybody that I'm here and practicing my onstage presence without a crutch of a co-signer or a moderator or somebody else on screen with me, just to get comfortable with doing this by myself. I've been doing it for a year and I've not challenged myself enough or grown my skills. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And just type me for a reading if you're game for tonight, or we can talk about any subject you want. Oh, Art Academy. I think he went off to Europe to study, I think Paris. And then when he was commissioned to do a stained glass window for the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, he went to Germany to learn how to get the colors in the stained glass art. And those windows are very iconic in the Midwest in Cedar Rapids. Rossi, you couldn't get on. You couldn't get on to where to do, or your confidence wasn't there to even go live. Is that what you're saying? I find that kind of unbelievable, because I see you as a very strong person and very self-confident. Ooh. So YouTube, you were having problems getting the confidence to go on YouTube and present yourself and show yourself. I get it. It's very daunting. You put yourself out there for haters and ridicule, and I've been very fortunate that my subscribers and followers have supported me and given me all the encouragement that a person could ever want doing this. Oh, cool. I love to be surrounded by art, Leah. I have an artistic background, mostly in fiber arts. I made quilts and knit and crocheted. I think when I was in my accident that slowly eroded my abilities to do fine motor coordination with my hands, I was in a green yarn stage. I mean, everything I was making was some form of green, mostly sage and natural greens. Thank you, Leah. So anybody going to ask a question or bring up a topic that we can discuss while we wait for people that want readings? I am game to talk about anything. I am very knowledgeable in a lot of things, but I only scratch the surface. I'm not totally knowledgeable. Ooh, learning to sew. Once you get opposing uh, rotating corners, if you can get an arm sleeve in a garment, you're, I would say, 3/4 of the way there, Leia. Just uh, sewing is fun. And paper piecing, if you learn how to do that, that's also fun. But it's a little more fiddly because you have to um, pick the paper out of the seams. But you can get some very intricate pattern and design work when you do paper piecing. That's specifically for quilting. Garments are a whole nother thing. Several years ago, I was hired by a local theater company to make costuming for a panto, which is a British form of theater for the musical Cinderella. And I got to make the prince's costumes and some of the king's costumes. And the fabrics that they picked out were very rich and luxurious, and the garments turned out beautifully. Yeah, sergers are how we put the costumes together because they have to stand up for wear and tear and quick costume changes, and have to have um, that bound edge so they don't uh, hurt the person in the costume. Yeah, sergers make uh, the the edges that you don't cut out so evenly. They make them so that you can work with them a lot easier, and it cuts off the edges at the same time, so you're not dealing with bulky fabrics if you did cut um, the pieces a bit too wide. Hello, JR. Welcome, welcome. How you doing tonight? Oh, Michelle, you've got a Viking sewing machine. I had my mother's Viking sewing machine for many many years, and finally the timing uh, belt got ruined. But from the early '70s, it made it all the way till about 2015. Oh, and Leia, that's to make a pillowcase. That's a way to add a pop of color to your bedroom or your sofa. Yeah, that's pillows, decorative or functional, are always good things to have. I used to travel with a pillow because I don't have a very lofty pillow, but it tends to scrunch up. I tend to scrunch it up between my neck, and um, I've I've learned to adapt over the years. So when I go on a cruise, I don't need to pack a pillow because that's just a lot of bulk. And there's so many more swimming trunks and shorts and t-shirts and shoes. Shoes are the thing that I pack or overpack. Yeah, if you've got a shiny or slippery fabric or a stretchy fabric, those can be challenges. I've learned how to deal with most of all of them, um, and pivoting in corners. Just sewing straight lines. Lime and teal paisley. Oh, that sounds beautiful. It's just up my aesthetic. And are the color bundles, are they fat quarters or strips or yeah? There's some beautiful fabrics and fun fabrics out there, and pajamas. You can whip up a set of pajamas in no time. The hardest thing about pajamas are collars and buttonholes. Your living room is tropical. Well, it sounds like a paradise. Does anybody have a subject on esoteric things that they would like to talk about tonight? I know that Jeff and Care Bear are right now still talking about astrology and how the Mercury retrograde energy can affect people. Yeah, grandmas are great teachers, very patient, more patient than mothers sometimes. But then again, I think grandmas want you to get a skill to keep you busy and out of their hair while they take care of the household and you're visiting. So are things becoming more illuminated for you? How was everybody's energy during the 8-8 Lionsgate? Well, Rossi, we had uh, quite a few psychic happenings right on the Lionsgate, but it ramped up just as expected when the portal was opening on the 4th. 8-8 was very intense. We had some energies come in. We had lots of noises and knocks and booms and thuds and cards being messed up or, tossed off of desks or perches, crystals tossed around or hitting the floor. Um, yeah, the Lionsgate energy. I can't blame it all on Hershey, but when Hershey came to live with me, that's quite a powerful energy to deal with, and she brought her whole team, and her team is great. They look out for me. I think I'm very well protected by everyone in my near vicinity and hovering. And speaking of Hershey, I'm talking about you behind your back, Hershey. It's all very scandalous. So, what challenges did you have that you can speak on, Jr.? Hershey's doing moderator duties back and forth between Care Bear and Jeff. There is music playing. We are in Texas. We are in hot Houston. Just gonna be no letting up. I thought maybe we were gonna experience some big change in weather today. Hershey and I woke up with bones very much hurting us. Me specifically to close and curl my hand and then get them back open. Um, Hershey was having hip and leg bone. She's much taller than me. She her joints are longer, and of course, as a long person ages, their joints tend to feel weather. And I used to tell my grandma, "Oh, you can't feel weather in your bones." Take it back, Grandma. I definitely can feel weather change coming in my bones. So, JR, are you out of that depression mode right now? Um, I know when you're overthinking something and it doesn't let you get to sleep, it can wear on your mental sanity. CBD helps. Well, CBD is okay in Texas. It's just the THC that is still banned. Um, yeah, Hershey was in a totally legal state, and now she's come to the restrictions. And um, good, Jr. I'm glad that you overcame it. You know, it's tough to overcome some of our demons, but very necessary to move on and have a quality life. When THC is in a product like a edible, um, I can't help but overdose myself because I'm just like all sorts of sweet uh, type lover. So when I should have a bite of a cookie instead of an entire cookie, um, I'll feel it. I'll get myself physically sick. Absolutely, we have to love ourselves because at times in our life we're the only one we can depend on to buoy our self confidence. Not everybody has that nuclear loving family around them. As we age, sometimes we grow out of being with the people around us that should innately love us. Um, and sometimes being around the people that innately love us can drive us just as crazy as our own thoughts. Okay, Hershey's got moderator duty she needs to attend to. Does anybody want a reading tonight? I'm just doing this again, like I said, to bolster my confidence and get my alone presence on stage to a better place. After being on here a year, my skills uh, have developed, but I don't think they're as far as they should be for after doing this for a year. Rossi, you have any specific question that you would like to read me to read on for you, or do you just want a general message? Okay, I've got you as well, Leah. Just a general. Okay. So, Rossi, I'm going to pull three cards, and today I'm reading from the Morgan Greer Tarot. We're going to start with the King of Swords in its reverse position, and in the reverse position, the King of Swords might not be so analytical, 1, 2, 3 kind of stepwise. They might just their energy just might not let them. Uh, that energy just might not let you put things down in a logical order. The list may be out of sequence, and you have to reprioritize what's going on or what you think is important at the moment. But then the next card you get, Queen of Cups, upright. You're doing things out of love and emotional stability. You are definitely in control of your emotions. You're not trying to hurt anyone around you with your energies or what you say. You measure those words carefully, um, and deliver the message in the most loving way. If it is a difficult message for a person, and then we've got the Emperor, and he's upright. And the Emperor, he's all about systems and institutions. So we got things like law and legal and schools and professions. So I think maybe there's a overimposing figure probably at your work space that is kind of getting in the way of your own agenda at the moment. And you try to do everything, logically and with love. And that just doesn't always align with the company policies that you have. And sometimes you see that it is sort of disrespectful for the people that you work with or the clients, or how they treat you as employees. I've got you, JR. And so those are your 3 cards, Rossi. Do you have any questions about that? Does it fit? Does it not fit? We got this early 70s rock going on here in the background. Let me know if it's too loud for you, and I'll try to get it turned down just a bit. It's at a pretty low level for the StreamYard. It's StreamYard music. So Leah was next, a financial reading. Well, it's all about money. It's all about the bottom line. It's how we're getting along. You have, coming out of the gate, the sun reversed. So I think, not everything is, in a legal sense, has been spelled out to you in the way that it should have. I think that you're dealing with some unfairness in that. And the next card kind of backs that up. We have the 5 of Swords. So that's, excuse me, that's the unfair game. Somebody is playing an unfair game with you, and that's what it is. It's just a game, but we take it personally because it is our life. Every life that we have is very personal to us. So we can't help but put ourselves in situations around us and see things the way they are. You do come out with money. It's not abundant. We have our 6 of Pentacles, our charity card. But what you have, you are willing to share with others around you in your personal orbit. So you wouldn't let somebody go without. If you had something, you would either send them home with groceries or send them home with extra food if you had a meal together. Okay, Hershey, I'm sorry that you're still not feeling well. I know that the heat's been getting to you, and so good night, Hershey. So Leah, does that make sense to you? Does that fit? Does it resonate? Thank you, JR, about the music level. And JR wanted a general. Yeah, that can be a stressor if you've lent out money and it's not coming back in the payment terms. Hello, Hershey. Hershey. Oh, she's letting Creep in. Oh, that's no problem. You can let him in. Come on, Creep.
Come on, I'm going to lay down. I'm not feeling good.
There we go. I've taught the cats to learn the family whistle, so they've always been good. Both of the strays learned that whistle very quickly and respond to it. So I'm I'm glad I can call them away from what I see as a potential danger or risk. So, JR, we have the Knight of Pentacles starting out your reading. So, the Knight of Pentacles sometimes is offer a soldier for hire. So I don't think, hi there, I don't think that you sell your services to the highest bidder. I think that you align your services with righteousness and what you see as just causes. Uh, your next card is the Five of Pentacles reversed. So you're coming out of a financial setback and you're on the way to gain. And this will be a good place for you to rest up, um, take stock of what you have, and take stock of what you have. Say your gratitudes and your beatitudes and blessings, and you know, put those things in your journal. Make sure that you write them down concretely. Uh, and your outcome card is the Three of Cups. So you find somebody to help you uh, in your day-to-day life that aligns with your values. And it may be a group of people. It may not just be one specific person or two specific persons. You find your tribe, and that would be a good place to put your energies in. I'm glad that makes sense, JR. Anything pressing that's coming down in somebody's life? I don't mean to pry or anything like that. Got something fun coming up. You got a barbecue that you're doing, a celebration, a personal celebration, a family celebration. You're welcome, Leia. Thank you for giving me that feedback. It's always appreciated. The the next person that goes, you're gonna have to be, you're gonna have to gird your loins. Uh, some difficult things being revealed in the cards, and I didn't even pick a question yet. You're welcome, JR. Thank you for that validation. Go lay on the bed. It's too hot to go outside, and Hershey went to bed, so you can't be wandering. You can't be trusted to wander. Yep. Wrists and hands are very delicate things. When I had my car accident, my wrist was what they called translated. So the bone that should be going up next to my lower arm bone, I don't know, tibia. So the bone in the hand is about a half inch away from where it should be. So it like twisted when I stiff armed the pavement after being thrown off a car during my accident. Um, and to they could fix it, but not really fix it. They could put four rods and eight screws in there. Listen, shh. They could put four rods and eight pins on all the finger joints to the arm bones, but I would lose flexion and tension. You can see the atrophy in the muscles between the tendons and the carpals here. Um, so I would lose flexion and tension, side to side. The only thing I would be able to do is grasp. So I decided not to have surgery because it was not going to get any better. Oh, yeah, Andy is so bossy, Rossi. Just he rules the roost. He's the littlest cat. He's the littlest thing here, but runs around acting like he's 10 foot and bulletproof. Um, aw, I'm sorry that you're being disrespected, Andy. Oh yeah, I count my blessings every day. I was not knocked down and run over by a wheel of the car. My I jumped at the last moment. Uh, it was it had cleanly swept my feet out from underneath me, but I landed up with my nose up against the windshield. Kind of did it in and was bloody. But when the person saw that I was there in front of them, they slammed the brakes on the car and threw me about 40 feet down the pavement, and I landed on the side, cracked a couple ribs, and did the wrist translation and broke a collarbone with that. So I've already had some hip pain, and that kind of made that a little bit worse from osteoarthritis. Yes, I'm very glad to be here. I could have not been here in a moment. So you have bossy kitties too, Rossi. Um, we do anything for them, so we let them rule the roost, or think that they do. Hi, baby. Why don't you lay on the bed? I know you can get comfy. And he is a totally black cat, and he is a familiar to one of my guides, Jeffrey, who uh, found told me I was going to find the cat, and 1 week later, on the fall eclipse here in Texas, partial um, partial solar, he was crying, and I found him, and he stuck around, and it took him about a week to get used to me being here and knowing that I would put food out, because I was already putting food out for Rhonda, or Ron, because that's a male cat as well. I'm not very good at sexing fixed cats. Yeah, any health issues are money demanding. We can't ignore them. They will certainly drain you and be able to put you out in the streets. A lot of the homeless here in Houston, if they are not mentally challenged, they had some kind of financial setback and they lost their house or apartment. We're just making it from week to week with their paychecks, and um, just one big medical bill can be a wrench, or as the English would say, put a spanner in the works. Okay, good night, Leia. Thank you for stopping in and getting a reading. Pleasant dreams. So no personal milestones, or goals or achievements that you would like to celebrate or have us celebrate with you. It can be anything. I was today years old when I finally realized that. Um, we'll be kind to you. We won't. Um, we won't do anything to make you uncomfortable in the situations. But I think if there's any celebrations, we all should celebrate with each other, because sometimes an attaboy or an attagirl is just what's required to make you feel well and whole, and keep you going. Yes, I hear. I Did Rhonda do that to you? Oh, I'm so sorry that Rhonda did that to you. Well, we let you out last night, and the white kitty and the gray kitty beat up on you. We have a lot of males in the neighborhood, and they're not so friendly to Andy. He's a very small cat still. Healthcare, and I don't know that we're going to get to the universal healthcare systems of the European Union or Canada. I think uh, the medical lobbyists are tightly ensconced, and a lot of politicians on every side are on the take and lean to their wants and desires, and they are definitely finance greedy. They want to take the biggest piece of pie. It does the doctor get to see um, any of that? Not really. The doctors really hate the process of getting reimbursed from programs like I'm on, Medicare. Uh, they would rather you go into an HMO instead of a PPO, um, because they can charge you for each and every little thing that they do. Uh, it's it's outrageous, and it's just not fair to the average worker. Both of these cats, Rossi, have we are in front of a very busy road, but they have a healthy respect of those noisy things that move in front of us. I'm, I'm gonna chair dance. I can't pole dance anymore, so I'm gonna have to chair dance. Sit and be fit. When my mom was in the nursing home, I was there for exercises one day, and um, they gave them two colored paper plates, white on one side and colored on the other. So they would have them hold them, grasp them in their hands, and show colored side, white side, colored side. Just to get them to move their limbs and get some cognitive skills going. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I say the lobbyist industry is lining politician pockets, and it doesn't matter if they're left leaning or right leaning. They're paying everybody to ensure that they get legislation outcomes to go their ways. If there's no money in a cure, they just want to keep you sick as long as possible because you're a cash cow as long as you're getting treatment. And they don't really care about the quality of life that it gives you at end times. Um, yeah, that's a tragedy in itself to lose 8 professional oncologists, because they've got an enviable position to work with those that are sick, and to deliver devastating news, and then to deliver past treatment that say the cure will kill you, so there's really nothing you should do. And then you've got family all around you saying, no, you've got to fight it. We want you to live. You know, that's fine for a young person, but somebody who's advanced in their age and still has a good mind, they don't want to be put in that state, and they just kind of feel like they don't have a say in their outcome or a say in their treatment plan. Um, it's just appalling sometimes. I don't know if that's the right word. Um, right. There is no money in cures. Metformin is cheap for diabetes. The Lantus, the slow acting insulin, is quite expensive. The new things like Ozempic are very expensive, and now they're pushing those as cures for obesity. And that's uh, some the people that can afford to pay the copays for that third tier medication, they're going to prioritize the issuance of such drugs and maybe withhold um, the full production capacity back for the people that are suffering with chronic disease. Yeah, yeah. So those were special souls, and uh, devastating to their patients as well. Now they don't have, or they're going to have to get used to a different doctor who may not have a compatible bedside manner with what they're used to in their treatment. Okay, what are you? Kitty's playing with the dime under the door. He found the dime that my friend George left me earlier in the day. My friend George transitioned last year between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and he said he would leave me dimes, and he always leaves dimes, and they're always heads up. So I know that's a sign from George that everything's going all right. So I'm glad that he does that for me. Oh my goodness! Tell me about it. What's going on? You want to come up here? He's not a lap cat. He will share the chair with Hershey, but he doesn't like to lay near me. He will at the foot of my bed, but yeah, there's definitely a need for all specialists, and Brazil is a pretty populous country, so I'm imagining that there are many patients of those doctors that passed that are in need of health care, that there might be a void or a while to get back into their life. Oh, Georgia was 83, had a very good life, a very fulfilled life, and taught me a lot about attitude during adversity. Um, he would go into the hospital for some treatment, some surgery, something major, and he says, "Well, I'll be discharged tomorrow," and sure enough, he was. He had back surgery, he had neck um, stabilization, things that would have kept people down for days and days. He just bounced back, and always a smile on his face. And um, when his partner passed away, he thought he would take another partner later in life, so he got 3 cemetery plots together, and later he realized that he wasn't going to have another partner. Um, that he just quit claimed deed a plot in the cemetery, so I have an earn space. So once they char me and earn me, I've got a place, beautiful place under a tree, with a nearby bench, for people to come visit. I doubt that any of my family would ever come visit, because my immediate family is just a brother and a sister-in-law in Iowa, and they're living their best life with their Brittany Spaniel dogs, and um, yeah, they don't travel well. And my brother has had one plane trip. My sister-in-law has had one plane trip, and they were both miserable. My brother went with some friends to spring break in Florida, Miami, with people, and he got homesick during the weekend, came home early. My sister-in-law went to Ohio to the Longa Burger Basket Company, because she was all into buying those high price maple splint baskets. And she went to see the factory, and um, she doesn't stand traveling well. She's not good with other people in tight quarters. She's not. She is animal averse, because she has allergies, and so she ended up kind of miserable on that trip. So I don't think that they're planning any um, adventures. I asked my brother if he wanted to come on a cruise with me, and it was just an absolute no. He didn't want to be on the Titanic and go down with the ship. I said, well, it there hasn't been a sinking since, it's been a few years. 2013, Consta Concordia. Now, if you're in a car ferry or something like that, there's more immediate and more immediate losses, and less spaced out in intervals. But just driving down the road is dangerous enough. So I don't think, yeah, we're going on the Carnival Dream. So we're going on the party ship. So hopefully it's enough stimulus for Hershey, but not too much, because I know that um, frenetic energy can get in her head. So, anyone else want a question? I think pretty much everybody's had a question except Michelle. Yeah, Rossi, I'm with you. I'm a homebody now. I enjoyed traveling while I could. I got to go to South Africa. I got to go to Sydney, Australia. Actually lived in Sydney for 6 quarters. Uh, Lived way above my means, because it was a company condo that was rented for me, and I love their work ethic. Is 36 and a half hours is their work week, and weekends and overtime are just not there. They get you home, and then I could be. Oh, Rossi, that would be wonderful. That will be wonderful. I'm looking so much forward to it, and I know that when you uh, were on screen with Hershey, that we said hi to each other, but I didn't get a good look at you. So you know what I look like, and you know how I am. So be be prepared for some crazy. Oh, absolutely, Jr. Um, I'm gonna have to remember to get out my phones and record Hershey's reaction to this and that and the other. And we have some cruisers that we watched, and we're going to spoof them a little bit. Ben and David, where they said, "David, it's been 15 minutes since we've eaten. I'm peckish. What should we get?" Yeah. So they have a good sense of humor about filling the tiny corners with a little nosh. So it's 10 o'clock. I know I started 5 minutes late, but I think I will leave you here. And thank you all for being here and let me read for you and let me gain some confidence in keeping, first of all, a conversation going, and keeping up with chat and answering tarot questions. So I'm trying to hone those skills where it suits me even more. So thank you for letting me practice my craft. There's a science to tarot. There's the cards and their meanings, but there's also an art to tarot. It's how you deliver a message. And thank you for validating the messages that I delivered tonight were on the right track for you. So I appreciate that. Remember, take care of yourselves. Be good, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great night. I forgot my tagline. Oh, well, I can improve, can't I? Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.